Thanks for staying with us. So Fridays, you know, we have celebrity guests. So our guest today is born, he's a Liberian, and he's a celebrity guest. He's a very famous Ghanaian actor, model, producer, director, philanthropist. Please welcome with us Gregory Frank Artus in the building.
Welcome to the show.
Good to have you on the show.
Thank
so
you
you
very
are a
much.
fully Liberian man. But you have worked in Nollywood, Nollywood, all the wood. You have British sound. That's what they got in
So Liberia also has a wood. We call that labor wood. Labor, like L-I-B-E-R-W-O.
Labor wood. Labor wood, fantastic.
Yeah, so I've worked in labor wood, Galley wood, Nollywood.
Oh, great. So it's really Hollywood.
Yeah. So how, I mean, I know you moved to Nigeria in 2009, and how has it been, the acceptability in Nollywood? We've seen you in movies with Mr. Johnson. We've seen you in movies with quite a big actors. How has it been working in Nigeria?
I think it's been awesome. The actors, producers, directors, technocrats, they've made me feel like it's no difference of me being in Liberia or in Nigeria. So the kind of atmospheres that come around with it, it comes around with it. It shows that Nigeria, Liberia, they have some inter-working relationships because the people themselves are just cool with me.
Yeah.
So nobody made me feel like I'm an Alaska or I'm a Liberian.
So we really would love to just gist with you, but you know that before we brought you in, we were discussing a very, very serious topic.
Yeah.
And we know that Liberia had series of crises, like full-blown war, and Nigerians had to go there. One of the things that made Nigerians really popular worldwide was the fact that ECOMOG, Nigerians,
the big brothers to Liberia,
were able to intervene and all of that. Well, you were there then.
Yeah.
And what was your experience like? Because we see some people on Twitter and Instagram saying we should separate and all of that. Let us fight, let us go our ways. What would you say concerning those clamoring for division?
What was the effect of ECOMOG?
I don't think that Nigeria would want to experience that. That shouldn't be an option. There shouldn't be a plan B for that. Because we've experienced terrible wars and situations in our country, and we're still trying to patch out our differences and put our house in order. So that plan B, I like what one of you said. It happened to me directly. Let our leaders don't make us to look as if we are wicked or we're doing the good thing wrongly. So I've traveled to Ghana, I traveled to Nigeria, I went to America, and then I met a couple of guys who tried to give me a green card, like you said, a green book or passport. I rejected, and then when I got back to Liberia, someone was like, you should have gotten your green book. Why didn't you get it? You should have gotten it by now. You've been out of here in Liberia. So I'm telling myself that it's not a wrong thing that I did. It's not a wrong thing that I did. I think I'm trying to come back to my community, give my communities, contribute and do the right thing I can do, and see how we can
make it work.
Put our pieces together. So the option couldn't be division. It can never be division. If that's going to work for you, Nigeria is about almost 200 million persons. So maybe some of you will come live in Liberia.
So I like the fact that so you're Liberian, you've worked in Ghana, and you're working in Nigeria. And, you know, we'd like to see that relationship, that seamless, almost seamless relationship between countries within Africa. So we're building an entertainment industry. What do you think you've learned coming from Liberia, what you've learned in Ghana, what we can infuse in Nollywood?
Basically, when it comes to the entertainment industry, I think Nollywood is the mother of industries in Africa. So Nollywood is the third largest industry in the world. So I can't compare Nollywood to even Gallywood or Labourwood. Those are smaller industries that are trying to do the best. Like some of us who came to Nollywood, we learned both directing, acting. I did not go to school for it, but I watched people doing these stuffs, and I decided to follow suit. So I had to go back to my country, like Liberia, and see how I can embed those kind of attitudes in the film industry that's in Nigeria.
So you're part of the growth in Liberia right now?
Yeah, I was the president of the film industry for 2 years.
Oh, wow.
So I resigned. I mean, not resigned, but I turned power. My turning got elapsed. My turning got expired, and I turned power over to the next person. And my period of leadership was the first peaceful transitional process that we ever had. Because people who believed in me, people who also know that coming to Nollywood taught me a lot. And so it can't be compared. Right. Nollywood is just...
So Frank, what would you say is your own best-selling point? Because you mentioned now that you're an actor, but you didn't study acting. What would you say is your best-selling point? And what would you advise a person to look at in themselves, even though they didn't study something and think or, push or fight for the dream to become an actor and really, sell themselves? What would be that experience?
The thing about the film industry is that everybody who comes in first will always want to be an actor. It's very rare to hear people say, oh, I came in to do costumes, I came to do props. Everybody wants to be an actor. So for me, I'll tell you that I'm still learning in the process. So I wouldn't say I have any best points at a point in time. I'm still learning. So if I'm in Nollywood, I'm an actor. Maybe if I'm a director or producer, it has to be in Liberia, where we don't have much experienced persons and people to carry on.
I know you're married with three children.
Yeah.
These 3 girls?
No, 2 girls and a boy.
2 girls and a boy. Now, tell me, how is it being with family, especially as an actor, traveling all over the world? How do you play that role as a father? Are you there? Are you able to manage both roles?
That's hectic. It's been tedious over the years, especially when you have to do the work you have to do to put the food on the tables.
Sure.
So sometimes we have to travel to other places. You go there for 6-7 months.
Wow.
Work, leaving your family home. I think is tedious. So you have to have a very strong wife.
I'm happy you wear your wedding ring, because if you don't say you're married, the regular assumption would be that you're single. So how do you...
I've been married July 2nd would make me 10 years.
Oh, wow. So you've kept it together.
10 years. And I've been 17 years, with like 17 years in total together.
Wow.
10 years of marriage.
Wow. So she's a girl of your youth, or married the woman of your youth.
Yeah. She's Liberian as well.
Yeah, she's Liberian as well. So we met ourselves in the 20s, now in my 40s.
Wow.
That's cool.
So apart from your acting, it says you have an NGO and you work specifically to talk about child mortality. You help during the Ebola crisis. Could you give us a little more about
basically, in 2015, I started going back to Liberia after I, came to Nollywood and, I got the fame. I started going back to give back to communities, because if you come and just stay, you have to be able to do something back home. So as we started doing that, we started doing movies. We opened a foundation. At the time the Ebola crisis came up, we had some, we built a low place for kids that we can harbor missing kids until, they were all over the place. We had to take care of them until after everything subsided, then the parents, family, relatives came up for the kids and started taking them gradually. So with that, we established the Artus Frank Foundation. And since 2015, we always give out donations to people going to slum communities, into the rural areas. Liberia, since 1990, the children in Liberia, they don't know what a Santa Claus is. Wow. So I normally dress in my Santa Claus suit and go to those rural areas, and then the what do you call it? Those radio stations and other places will say, Frank Artus is here, Frank Artus is here. So they're all looking for Frank Artus. And then I come out in the Santa Claus stuff. And then when I take it, I'm like, So sometimes we have like almost 5,000-6,000 children.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
I must commend you for that.
So are you like, you like really famous in Liberia? Are you like Michael Jackson in Liberia?
No, I'm not like Michael Jackson, but at least I'm like Joshua.
Oh,
that close.
wow, you're really famous.
Oh, wow.
But I wanted to go into, you, apart from being a philanthropist and an actor, you also do business.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's been always issues of don't do business in inter-country business, ECOWAS, all of that. What would you say your experience has been? Where's your business domicile? Do you do business in Nigeria or in Ghana or in Liberia? And how have you been running things?
Truthfully speaking, I have a production studio that I'm working on doing filming, and I have the marketing outlet of it. I also have a Diamond Creek. I don't like to say this, but I have it. So my grandfather had it, and then he passed on, and the family couldn't maintain it, so I just took it. So basically, I deal into that, my diamond business and all that.
Interesting.
You brought his voice down.
So it's like a Nigerian saying they own an oil well.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to be, what are you working on right now that you like Nigerians to know about? What
Okay, so because I've been, sorry to cut you off. So because I've been off the scene for approximately 5 years, I've not come to Nigeria.
Okay.
I want to come back now and do some other stuff here. So I called a couple of my friends, producers and what have you. I hope, hopefully next week we'll start some projects in Nigeria. But I think I will start with the East. Maybe Asaba, go somewhere.
You know
You know West Africa. I wanted to know, because you just mentioned now that you've been off the radar for about 5 years. Why did you leave? And is there truly marginalization of sorts in Nollywood amongst foreign actors? Because at the time, some Ghanaian actress made such claims, and people were there was just this gist around how they were treated. How do you feel when producers call on you for scripts? Do you feel some sort of
your work, like they appreciate
what will I call it?
For me,
preferential treatment.
For me, it's a natural thing. If actors in Nollywood will not just in totality rhymes with other actors that come from outside, it's a natural thing, because this is my space, this is my place, and you have come to take it. So it's a natural thing to feel otherwise of the person. But for me, I've not encountered that. No one has ever one day in Nollywood said anything negative to me as to what.
Wow.
Nobody.
So who are your Nigerian best friends? We know them.
I got my PAs, my publicists, principal.
No, we mean
in the film industry.
Who are your people?
Who are your peeps?
Your peeps.
Mike is alright.
Okay.
What's his name? What's his name? Mercy Johnson.
Oh, okay.
Some of my guys had Angela Okori.
So I want to ask this question: who's one female Nigerian actress that you would love to work with? One, like the female you've been looking at, like
he's a married man.
I know he's married, but somebody.
Ask about a man.
You like her acting skills, and you like to be in the same, not romantic, same movie with.
In the same movie with?
Yes.
For me, all the actors are good.
So you will not just give us one.
Should I ask your husband that kind of question?
Is not watching. Your wife is not watching. You can.
Should I ask your husband? Should I ask your husband that kind of question? Is there some woman in the tech industry?
No, she can admire. He can admire the acting skills. You might say that. Oh, I've seen this person's acting. Maybe I like Jennifer's acting. I want to act in a movie.
I think not so much of the acting, but I think I like this girl called. I don't know her full name. Omoni. She has four twin boys. Yeah, I like the family style and everything.
What do you like about her?
She's
family.
The cuteness. She's beautiful, and she has a big children and a husband, and she doesn't look it. Yeah, that's how I like her. I like her. I watched a couple of films too.
What Nigerian movies are like favorites in Liberia? Do you know? Movie actors.
A lot of them, even the new ones that are coming out. A lot of them. Every Nigerian movie
that brings me,
there.
That answer brings me back to what we were talking about before, about Plan Bs and all that, because it's important that the way people see Nollywood, they see Nollywood is a big deal for Africans. And I think Nigerians should be proud of this is what we have built.
Yes.
And I think a lot of people ought to understand that there's gold in this nation called Nigeria. The Lebanese, I'm told, are constantly looking for naturalization. They are making millions.
They want to become citizens.
They want to become Nigerian citizens. These are people that, so there's a lot of gold. And maybe if we begin to see how appreciated we are, even West Africa and across Africa, it makes you understand that there's so much to dig out of this country.
And you just said it right. Because the good thing about it, I don't know why we all citizens are like that. When I'm in Liberia, I want to leave Liberia because I feel Liberia is... Ghanaians will do the same thing, Nigerians will do the same thing. But always learn to appreciate what you have at the moment. Because there are people outside who really want to be in that spot. So maybe I could have gone other countries. Why am I here? Because I really want to visit Nigeria. It feels good to be back in Nigeria. True. So I think you should just appreciate what you have now and try to make the best use out of whatever situation. Because everywhere you go in Africa, there has to be some situation.
So something saddens me. If you look at the world, the most migrated people, the most educated migrated people in these world powers that we call are Nigerians. Even in medicine, the vaccine, the Johnson & Johnson one was a Nigerian who researched, one of them. So, but when we look home and we just look at it and say, this thing is a failed thing, it breaks my heart that, you know, something that can work to the extent, you know.
We're happy to hear what you have to say concerning that. Going back to Liberia, though, you know, are you going to dabble into politics? Because you know, when people get popular, we had the case of Judge Ware, you know, and do you see yourself going into the political terrain and saying, I want to even change what's going on here?
Obviously.
Oh, really? Wow.
Obviously.
Wow, nice.
Obviously. It's something I'm looking towards in the next 2023.
Oh, really? That soon?
2023, I'll go.
What would you like to run for?
I don't know what you call it here, but in Liberia, we call it a representative. A representative per district. So that's where we're going to start from, because there are three basic representative, senator, then presidency. So that's where the three branches of government is.
In leadership, what would you like to change? I know Liberia is, you know, a tough country, but what image of Liberia do you desire that, you know, that is pushing you to seek this leadership position?
One of the things of African leaders that I don't understand is that there's so many things that could be given by just mandate. It doesn't require money. It doesn't require hard work. It doesn't require push. All right? This like in Liberia of recent, we were fighting piracy. So we tried as much as possible to minimize the film, trying to protect Nigerians' intellectual rights. So if a Nigerian should have that sort of film here in Nollywood, and the film has not even gone to cinemas, and then it's in Liberia and the Liberian market, I think it just plots harm. So I'm telling the government what we need to put in place is just give a mandate.
Mandate.
Give that mandate and say, I don't want to see all these films here except you have the right to them, because there's intellectual properties laws. So those laws will tell you you don't sell or infringe on any other man's intellectual rights except you have the legit doc for it. So some of these things could be. So if I'm president tomorrow, I'm head or whatever tomorrow, I think I will look at some of those little issues that impact the lives of people. Because there are simple things. You don't have to build the tallest of buildings. But look at the commoners, the common children in the rural areas that don't even have slippers to wear.
Let's take a few tweets as we run off, because we have to wrap up right now. But Mariam, you have any tweets for us?
Well, we still have tweets from the last topic.
Go ahead.
The average, Brother says, the average councillor in Nigeria already settled for a plan B. In fact, most lawmakers relocate their children abroad permanently for the fear of the unknown, which they cause self-centered. Nigerians are becoming smarter. And then Tajuddin Mohammed says, most of the elites refuse to come out and participate in political culture of the country. They're refusing to offer solutions to solve our problems. When we leave sensitive decisions to be taken by strong, selfish, or war-mongering politicians, then we're asking for it.
Let me take this comment. Somebody said that the loudest voices on Twitter are from people who are living in Plan B.
They're already there.
They're already there. And the gullible Nigerians who don't have a Plan B will be cheering them on. So those of us that are screaming, many people in Nigeria living in the diaspora, you are screaming from the comfortable place of Canada and US. And you're saying, yes, they're bad leaders, they're bad leaders, they're shouting. Those of you that don't have Plan B,
you are now here.
Yes, they're retweeting and posting, yes, they're all bad. But the person that is instigating it is very comfortable, it's safe.
Let me take this.
So we need to be very careful,
Anambra Ginny Neme says, this is selfish of Nima. To spill this nonsense this morning, she knows Nigeria is a dead poem. Our leaders are simply refuse to repair this country. She had the nerve to preach to people who want to leave. There are no options left except perhaps to fight. This is so selfish of Nima. You who are probably sitting somewhere, ask me, who live this day to day. I breathe this air day to day.
Stay in traffic.
I put my kids through it. I survive it every day. I call for better options for people I don't know personally. Hoping that when the better options come, the generations to come will be availed of such better options. You call me selfish? Maybe you should look in the mirror.
That's what I said.
Nima, let me add to that what Nima just said. Because people have been asking Nima to leave her neighborhood.
Yes.
Not because she can afford to leave her neighborhood, but she chose to stay there. But you know what? Because I can leave.
Does it change anything?
Because there are people around me that cannot leave. So if me, Nima, leave, I will not leave them. I'm being selfish. So she's making that sacrifice to stay in that neighborhood until it's fixed.
But because we've always seen, we've seen so many people do bad things, that people that are doing the right things are now seen as strange.
And that's what Frank also said, where they see you doing the right thing and they make it wrong. That's what we're doing. The people who are doing right are seen as the ones who are doing the wrong thing.
We have to run, unfortunately. Thank you very much, Frank Artus, for joining us. Is there any last words you want to tell your fans that love your movies and what they should be expecting? We know in the next few years you say you're going to be working on something in Nigeria. Any other thing we should be looking out for?
Basically, let me say thanks to all the beautiful ladies here first for having me here.
Thank you.
And my publicists, Prince Paul, Chelsea's, and the rest of the team that have brought me here. I really like the forum and the opportunity. To my fans out there, all I have to say is that watch out, and I'm back.
All right. Welcome back. Okay, that's all we can take on the show this week. We'll see you on Monday. Bye for now.
Thank you.